Islam had arrived in Sulu in the last quarter of the 13th century, particularly 1280, and the Sulu Sultanate was established in 1451. More than a century before the start of the Spanish period in 1565. Hundreds of years passed, and Islam is now the most prominent religion in Mindanao. The Spanish colonial period was marked by Spanish-Moro wars fought in 6 stages spanning 4 centuries. The Spaniards fostered Christianized Indio prejudice against Moros through such cultural institutions as the Moro-Moro Place. The Spaniards colonized the Philippines for 333 years, but never managed to conquer Mindanao.
The Spanish reign ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1898, where the United States of America bought the Philippines, hence owning all the Philippine islands, including parts of Mindanao. It was only during the American era, by virtue of the Treaty of Paris and the American War, that the Muslims were forced to be integrated in the Philippines. The Americans also encouraged the development of transcendent ethno-religious identity among Filipino Muslims. This is the basis of the Bangsamoro identity of the Muslim separatists movement, which began in the late 1960s. After the founding of the Republic in 1946, the Philippine government sponsored migration from the poor regions of the north and central parts of the country to the lightly populated southern islands, making Mindanao the primary destinations for Christian migrants, thus making Muslims a minority in their homeland. From 1946 onward, the government provided steadily more opportunities and assistance to settlers from the north. By contrast, government services available to Muslims were not only meager compared to those obtained by immigrant Christians, but were also fewer than they had received under the colonial regime. The new Christian communities became linked to trade centers and to one another by networks of roads, while Muslim communities remained relatively isolated. The late 1960s also saw an unusually antagonistic stance towards Muslims on the part of the new national administration of Ferdinand Marcos.